Good day and welcome. My name is Joey O'Connor with the Grove Center for the Arts and Media, and I want to welcome our special guest today, Vera Anderson. Vera Anderson is a creative funding grant recipient, and she is a visual artist from Colorado. And we're going to be talking today about a really special project that she's involved with. And it's a real privilege to have her here in this interview. And as you listen to it, I really pray that you're inspired to get involved with what she's going to tell you about. And one way to best frame our conversation today with Vera is Vera and I have a lot in common in that we both love visual arts. We're both triathletes, and she has done a number of races in the past, and she's really looking at this project as if it's a race, and she is going to be persevering to raise funds for this project going on. So we're really looking at this today in light of swimming and running and biking and all the things involved in triathlon races. But all that to say, Vera, welcome. It's great to have you on this interview today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the Grove and to you, Joey.
Well, tell us about your background. How did you get involved in visual arts?
I actually have been drawing since I was a young child, and my parents really fostered going into the arts. My dad was an artist himself. He did many things. You know, he played musical instruments, he drew. He really encouraged it, and they paid for a lot of art classes and art school for me. So I'm so grateful and so thankful to them, all the sacrifices they made for me. So I just feel like I want to give back.
That's great. Hey, well, now I opened us up today talking about triathlons and likening your project with a lot of the endurance and the perseverance required for triathlon racing. Before we jump into the project and you telling us all about it, give us kind of your framework, how you're visualizing this project you're taking on in light of triathlon, of kind of what your long-term vision is here.
Yeah, I just, when I turned 40 a couple of years ago, I wanted to do a triathlon. And I had no idea how to do one. I had been doing running races for many years, and just want to do something different. So I did my best, and it's an endurance sport, and it's very challenging, but it's very rewarding at the same time. To know all the hard work that you put into it and the sacrifices that you make, like getting up at 6 a.m. to do a run, or going to the pool when it's cold and snowy outside. It's really challenging, but very rewarding. And God really blessed me with allowing me to do one, and did one last year. And so by taking that knowledge that I had in training and persevering, I want to take that to this project, and knowing that I'm able to draw and use my talent to further God's kingdom. I'm going to take that knowledge and bring it to this project.
Well, I know there's certainly a lot of parallels between triathlon racing and the creative life, because the creative life, whether you're a visual artist, you're a musician, a filmmaker, a writer, there is a lot to be said for patience, perseverance, all the things involved in creating art. So that said, let's jump in. Tell me about your project. How did you first get involved with Uganda, which is what you're going to tell us about, but how did you get involved in this whole venture that you're taking on?
Gosh, it's just amazing how God works. I recently quit my job with United Airlines, and my husband and I traveled the world and went to many different places, and we always wanted to do something with that travel. So we had the opportunity in January to go to Uganda with our church, a ministry with our church called Hines Ugandan Ministries. And before we went there, we had been sponsoring a child. We saw her photo and read her story at our church, like a fundraiser at our church. And so we had the opportunity to meet her. So God really worked in us to develop love for the people of Uganda and want to give back to the ministry there that is making a huge impact in Uganda through education and educating the orphans and providing food for them, and it's really cool to see what he's doing over there.
That's great. Now tell us, when you visited Uganda, when you visited the orphanage, what were some of the projects you were able to get involved with?
Yes, Awana Clubs, they have those over here as well. It stands for something, I'm just not at the top of my head, I can't think of what it stands for. Workmen approved by God or something like that. But through Awana Clubs, they really get to know Jesus, and they develop a relationship with God, and so we helped out at the Awana Clubs there on Sunday, and we were able to take supplies to them for their school, and we brought them backpacks, and one day we brought them backpacks and things, and we brought this blow up globe, and they were throwing it around the room, and it was just so cool to see them just be so happy, and people really donated a lot of time to that. So it was really cool to see.
That's great. Well, now you specifically are raising funds for Hines Ugandan Ministry. Mm-hmm. Tell us about this upcoming project and your vision for that.
Yes. So when I was over in Uganda with my husband, I fell ill and I fell sick. And so I was bedridden, but I believe with all my heart that God put an idea in my head to have an art show fundraiser for when I got back to Denver. And so, I went around when I could get out of bed to take photos as references for future paintings, and he put those ideas in my head. And so, it just as time went on, the idea developed, and I found the Grove Center website, and so this project, I hope to create these beautiful pieces of artwork to reflect my time, my experience there in a third world country, and deliver those to the public. And 100% of the proceeds of the art show will go to Hines Uganda Ministries.
That's great. And I understand your church is behind the project as well?
Yes, Bear Valley Church out of Lakewood, Colorado, which is our hometown. There's a couple ladies that are on our team that go to the church and are staff members of Hines Uganda Ministries. So our church is going to know about what's going on, and we'll have hopefully a lot of church members coming to the art show in October.
That's great. And how many pieces are you hoping to generate for the show?
Yes, I'm pretty, I think big, so I'm going. I dream big. So as it is right now, I'm going to hopefully be doing 12 pieces, and they will be both drawings and paintings. So I'm shooting for 12. Right now I'm on schedule, and I in the background here, there's a painting that I'm working on right now. So if I do 4 pieces a month, 3 or 4 pieces a month, I think I can do it.
Right. And then I understand you'll also be generating a print or giclées of the paintings. So people, if they can't buy the originals, they can buy a print.
Exactly. We'll have a table set up at Sarah Markey's home, my physician that is helping us. We'll have a table set up to sell prints, and we want to create opportunities for anyone, for any way they can afford to buy the pieces. We want to have prints for sale.
Right.
And so prints and original artwork. So both in combination there. I hope we've raised a lot of money.
Great. And then I imagine also after the show is over, the prints would also be available on your website, which we can point people to through the Grove.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they will be available for sure.
Great. Well, it sounds like a fascinating project. Anything else you want to tell us about it? Any long-term plans or hopes after you complete this first round of fundraising?
Yes, I hope to inspire people to sponsor orphans, and they're will be a table set up at the art show where people can start sponsoring orphans and just encourage people to do that and to give generously. That's what I hope to see, is that people are moved not only by the artwork, but by the stories of all the kids. And it's really exciting, and God is at work, so who knows, anything is possible at this point.
That's great. Well, Vera, you're doing an outstanding work. It's so great to see your heart for supporting orphans in Uganda. I know your art show is going to be a tremendous success. And so as you're listening to this video, I want to personally ask you to consider supporting Vera in her work in raising funds for orphans in Uganda. It's such an important thing that we look beyond our borders, that we really look with a global perspective of how to support what Jesus would say are the least of these. And we know that when we support widows and orphans, that just warms God's heart. It meets a practical, tangible need in the lives of people who have so little. But as we reach out to them and support them with our finances, whether you only give $5 or $10, or maybe you can be generous, give more, like $1,000 or $500, $100, that investment is going to go, 100% of that investment is going to go right to support the work of the orphans in Uganda. And so we really hope that you will generously support Vera in what she's doing in this important fundraiser. So Vera, again, I want to thank you for taking the time to be interviewed by me. If you are interested in learning more about the Grove Center for the Arts and Media and creative funding for artists, how we can help support you in your creative dreams and aspirations, you'll see more information on our website. But really hope you support Vera and her work in Uganda. So thanks so much for being on the video today, Vera, and we are just praying for great success and God's blessing in all your endeavors.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Joey, for everything.
My pleasure. You have a great day.